Once the shining hero in Manchester United's darkest days, David De Gea's legacy gradually dimmed over the years. Once hailed as one of the Premier League's all-time greats, the Spaniard's dramatic decline from glory is a tale that demands attention. De Gea parted ways with Manchester United in 2023 after his contract expired, as Ten Hag's tactical approach couldn't accommodate with his distribution from the back. In an ironic twist, his departure came right after he clinched the Premier League Golden Glove in the 2022-23 season. After taking a year-long break from professional football, De Gea returned to action with Fiorentina in August 2024. In just a few appearances, glimpses of the younger, more assured De Gea have re-emerged. In a standout moment against Milan, he pulled off two stunning penalty saves to help secure a 2-1 victory for Fiorentina. This resurgence gives us two compelling reasons to revisit De Gea's Manchester United career. First, he was one of the few constants during the turbulent post-Ferguson era, marking his journey as an intriguing story. Second, it invites us to reflect on whether the infamous belief that United ruins great players played a role in his inevitable decline. De Gea's journey to Manchester United began in 2011 when Sir Alex Ferguson handpicked the young Spaniard as the heir to Edwin van der Sar's throne. At just 20 years old, De Gea arrived with high expectations, not only as Manchester United's next great shot stopper, but also as a potential successor to Iker Casillas in Spain's national team. A product of Atletico Madrid's youth academy, he was a teenage sensation in Spain. His La Liga debut included a penalty save back in October 2009. The 18-year-old cemented his spot as number one by the end of 2009-10. In the summer of 2010, speculations pointed towards De Gea as a possible successor for Van der Sar, but he signed a new contract with Atletico instead. After another season with Atletico Madrid, he signed for United in July 2011 after being bought for the British transfer record for a goalkeeper at the time. The start to his United career under the limelight wasn't very smooth, but even through the errors, Sir Alex instilled confidence in the young goalkeeper by calling it a learning process. He protected De Gea from the presumptuous media judgment and helped him improve from the very start. The first season was rocky at times for the new man, but he had shown glimpses of exceptional talent throughout the campaign. Under his watch, United lost to crosstown rival City 6-1 at home. This was the first time since the 1930s that they had conceded 6 at Old Trafford, and De Gea wasn't spared any blame. After being dropped for a few matches, he returned to face Chelsea at Stamford Bridge in February 2012. This game turned out to be the turning point for his season, as the game ended 3-3 with a last-minute wonder save against Juan Mata's attempt. In the subsequent 19 matches, De Gea kept 8 clean sheets. City clinched the title on the last day to deny the debutant a league title. If not for Ferguson's resilience in keeping his goalkeeper mentally strong throughout the criticism, De Gea might have left after the first season. The second season saw a visible improvement in the keeper's confidence in making high claims and keeping command of the box. This allowed for his exceptional shot stopping to become more noticeable and praiseworthy. In January 2013, United faced Spurs at White Hart Lane. A failed punch from De Gea in stoppage time led to Clint Dempsey scoring the equaliser to make it 1-1. Gary Neville didn't hold back from criticising the goalkeeper after the match. He said playing well for 92.5 minutes and making an error like that in the 93rd isn't acceptable at a club like United. His performance against Real Madrid in the round of 16 of the Champions League next month was excellent though, and it helped shift his image from villain to hero. He continued with this impressive form till the end of his first season and was rewarded with his first and only Premier League winners' medal, while also making the PFA Premier League Team of the Year. The 2014-15 season was a repeat of past season heroics. He was often the saving grace in an otherwise lackluster team performance and was gaining the admiration of the fans. United were visibly a shadow of their glory days and were spiraling downward every season, but De Gea remained a glowing beacon in a slowly sinking ship. The United faithful realised his importance, as did the rest of the world soon, which led to one of the most unbelievable but true transfer stories of the modern era. In the summer of 2015, heavy speculation surrounding De Gea's future was circulating. With just a year left on his contract, there was solid interest from Real Madrid to bring the Spaniard home. In late August, a deal for £29 million was agreed upon, which would see De Gea join Real Madrid, while Keylor Navas would move the opposite direction. On the Spanish deadline day, something peculiar happened, and even after agreeing to the deal in principle, there was a delay in sending the paperwork through. This led to the transfer not going through and the whole situation being an embarrassment for everyone involved. But the window was shut and life moved on, as did De Gea and United. He signed a new deal instead with the club until 2019 and carried on with his hefty contribution to the team. In the FA Cup semi-final against Everton in 2016, he saved Lukaku's penalty to send them through to the finals, with which they eventually won. He was named Sir Matt Busby Player of the Year for the third consecutive year. Then came one of the greatest goalkeeping seasons in the 2017-18 campaign, where he lifted his first Golden Glove as well as the fourth consecutive Sir Matt Busby Award. In December 2017, De Gea put up an all-time great goalkeeping display against Arsenal in the Premier League. The ponytail-wielding shot-stopper made 14 saves in 19 minutes against the Gunners. Lacazette and Sanchez couldn't believe some of these saves and could only look at each other's faces, completely puzzled. He used his feet exceedingly well to save powerful low shots and etched his name in Premier League history that day. As good as the previous season was, 2018-19 turned out to be just as bad. Under Mourinho's third season, the ship started rocking, and even though De Gea was trusted by the manager, the rest of the squad was struggling. In December 2018, Mourinho was replaced by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but United's defence still struggled till the end of the season. They conceded 54 goals in the league that season, while the keeper's save percentage declined from 80 last season to 69 in 2019. From 18 Premier League clean sheets the previous campaign, he was down to 7 in 2018-19. Spain's underwhelming performances at the 2018 World Cup further raised questions about the keeper's diminishing impact. He had to be judged through high expectations because he had proved himself to be in the world-class category in previous campaigns. There was another shift in progress under our noses as the tactical overhaul of various positions on the pitch was underway. One of them being the prominence of a goalkeeper who could be used as an outlet in possession. This basically meant that a sweeper keeper like Edison or Alisson suddenly held much more value in their position as they helped build up from the back. But United weren't keen on keeping up with the modernity that many top clubs embraced and instead decided to tie De Gea down with a new contract in September 2019 with a wage of £350,000 per week. A new project was underway with Ole at the wheel, playing fluid attacking football. It didn't make a lot of sense to extend and inflate De Gea's contract when he was clearly uncomfortable on the ball and looked past his prime. The 2019-20 season was an improvement which earned the keeper 13 clean sheets in the league. In the FA Cup semi-final against Chelsea, the Spaniard had one of his most disappointing performances in United colours and allowed Giroud and Mount to score past him too easily. The fact that United's cup goalkeeper, Sergio Romero, was benched for the semi-final made it even more controversial, having played in the cup until then. As impressive as his shot stopping had always been, his ball distribution was just as bad. As he struggled to complete passes at the back, his confidence also took a hit, which led to an increase in the howlers he made during games. The conventional shot stopper started getting more criticism for his lack of presence in the box and his inability to come off his line when necessary. What once worked for him and got him flowers became the bane of his playing career. De Gea became a victim of modernity in football and couldn't keep up with changing times. The world-class goalkeeper faced competition for his starting spot for the first time in his career when Dean Henderson wasn't allowed to leave on loan in 2020 to create healthy competition between the sticks. After Ole and Rangnick came Ten Hag, another manager who firmly believed in building up from the back and who had one of the best ball-playing keepers in Onana back at Ajax. De Gea struggled further under the Dutch manager as his role shifted to accommodate more passes and fewer saves per 90. The 2022-23 season ended with the keeper rolling back the years to keep his team alive in games and winning the Golden Glove at the end. The 12-season-long journey finally came to an end when his hefty contract expired in the summer of 2023. One of the greatest goalkeepers of his generation lost a lot of respect in his last few seasons at United. It was due to the club's reluctance to timely replace the mismatched player, as well as the modern evolution of the goalkeeper position. De Gea became a free agent in 2023, and many expected him to join a European club straight away. But he decided to take a year off and trained on his own before joining Fiorentina in August 2024. While Onana will continue to face scrutiny in the United hot seat, De Gea has had a great start to life in Italy. The 2 penalty saves against Milan were reminiscent of his prime years, and a late save against Sam Chukwueze's attempt secured the 2-1 victory. De Gea will now enjoy his twilight years away from the limelight and stresses of the United job. Under a conventional role, he might get back to his golden days, as goalkeepers often age like wine. Do you think De Gea is the best Premier League goalkeeper in recent history? Let us know below.